Hello YouTube, this is Tattooed Alex on a beautiful Sunday morning, October the 12th. A little chilly this morning. It's about somewhere about the low 40s, so definitely bundled up. Yesterday on the way home from my ride, I stopped by the Harley dealer here in my town and picked up a riding vest. So I got that on, which is definitely helping quite a bit, block some of the air. So my legs are a little chilly, but actually not too bad though. I was checking out some winter riding gloves, and man, those things are about $90. So wasn't looking to spend that on. You know, it's hard because I don't really ride when it gets super cold. I mean, I've got a pair of thin leather gloves that I slide on sometimes under these gloves. That helps a little bit, but I mean, I'm pretty much riding when the sun's out. I mean, especially today, it's supposed to be in the 50s, so with the sun out, it makes a world of difference. It's not windy today either, so, but I definitely wanted to get out for a ride. So one thing, I get a little bummed with the weather changing. I mean, we get some nice days here and there, but definitely starts getting few and far between. And you know, I mean, the only time I really ride is on the weekends, especially with the time change. You know, by the time I get home, it's already dark, and you know, when I leave in the morning, if I go to the office, it's kind of early and a little cold, so not riding to work any longer. But I gotta say, one thing, you know, yesterday was Veterans Day, so I went by. They're having an event over there, and they're having discounts for veterans. So the lady asked me if I was there for the event. I said yes. I said I am a veteran, and she asked me for my military ID. I don't have a military ID. I didn't retire. I just got out, honorable discharge. I mean, I got out in 1993. So I said, well, I have pictures of me. I mean, on Facebook and Veterans Day, I've got quite a few pictures of me in uniform. And I mean, they're the pictures from the late 80s and early 90s. I mean, and I don't know, I guess with Photoshop you could do it. But she made a comment about, yeah, so was I for Halloween. And she must have seen the look on my face, because I was pretty disgusted with her, and just, I think I said like okay then or something, and she was ringing it up, and she ended up taking 20% off. I mean, the vest was only $195, so it was like $19 off. But I gotta say, I was a little offended by that. It's the first time I've ever had somebody question my military service like that, and I thought, God, that wasn't very swift of her to say. And maybe she was kind of saying it as, I couldn't tell if it was a joke or sarcastic. I mean, I pretty much, you know, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, you know, you deal with stupidity all the time in comments and different things, so it's kind of normal. But yeah, it still kind of ticked me off a little bit on that, you know. So, but yeah, so hopefully this vest is actually pretty good. It's a partial. It's kind of got a pretty good weight on it. It's the top third is leather, and like the bottom is I don't know if you call it a textile material, or that's what I've seen on some of the sites what they call them. But yeah, pretty nice. It's got a ton of pockets in it, so it'll work out pretty well for cold riding, and especially sometimes when it gets warmer. I might start wearing this and a hoodie instead of my my riding jacket when it gets, especially when it starts to get pretty hot. So, but see, I'm headed to my brother's to go on kind of our usual ride. So hopefully we can. I think it's about 9:30 or so. Hopefully we can get out, get it started, get out for a couple hours, and kind of enjoy the day, as beautiful as it is, as sunny as it is. And my bike. So my brother and I didn't really go too far out. I got some stuff I'm doing with my grandson today, so I wanted to get back a little earlier. But I'll tell you one thing, even with the sun out, boy, it did not warm up a whole lot. I rode my brother's for a while when we got to his place, and I ended up taking my vest off because he's got fairings on that electric glide. So I was actually fine. I was thinking it actually warmed up a little bit, and I was talking to my brother and said, no, it actually did not warm up a whole lot. He was pretty cold, and we ended up swapping bikes. I was back on mine, and when we got back to his house, I went ahead and tossed my vest back on, definitely helping a little bit with this cold air. But that's supposed to be about 52 or so today, but it's definitely a little chilly on the bike. So know if anybody caught that new release the other day of the 2018 Sport Glide, but I gotta say, I do like that. I kind of like the bags on there. I like that detachable fairing. I think it actually looks pretty cool on there. And you guys know how I feel about those huge fairings and windshields, but I gotta say, I do like that on that Sport Glide. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, don't get me wrong, not cool enough to upgrade. I mean, I just got this, so it's going to be a while before I upgrade to something else, but I do like it. I thought it was actually pretty cool. The only thing I can say I'm not a fan of is I don't like that they're not releasing all the new bikes all at once, and they're like, I don't know how many more releases they have, but I mean, I gotta say, if I was in the market to buy a new bike, I'd be kind of upset if say, I purchased a 2018 and something else came out that I kind of liked. I'd be a little bit upset about that. So I don't quite understand the reasoning behind, releasing a bunch of bikes and then kind of trickling out some more. And I don't know what else they're going to do. And I thought I remember when they did the original release that they talked about that there were some more coming, but I gotta say, I'd be pretty upset. I don't know about you guys, but if I was in the market to buy a new model and start looking around and the 2018s come out and I went ahead and bought something, and then a couple of months later they start trickling out a couple more new models, so I'd be kind of upset about that. So I'm a little confused on the reasoning behind that. I said if you're in the market for 2018 and then something else comes out, like I thought the Sport Glide, I thought it looked pretty cool. I mean, basically, to me it looks like a soft tail. For the most part, it looks fairly close to, I think, kind of a soft tail slim, but with the detachable fairings. So, I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. I haven't really seen any, I don't think I've seen any test rides on it yet. And I was at the dealer yesterday. To be honest, I didn't really walk around a whole lot. They had, I picked up my vest, and I didn't look at any bikes or anything. I was pretty much in and out of there fairly quickly. So, but I'd like to test ride one, although probably not till the summer or until April or May. I might head over there and try and test ride one. I'm not even sure if my dealer even had one, but I'll give it a couple months for the weather to change again. Heck, I still got my temporary plate on this, so I don't think I'd go in with the temporary plate on this and try and go for a test ride on that with the guy thinking they could maybe sell you, considering I've got 10 plates, which means I just got this. So, but yeah, I'd love to take it for a test ride sometime this summer, just kind of see what it's like. So, but yeah, definitely a chilly ride. I've got a pair of chaps that I bought years ago and only wore them a handful of times, so I got to see if I can dig those out somewhere, especially on a little bit of these colder days. I mean, the sun's out, so I still enjoy riding, and it's not real windy either, but definitely kind of chilly, so it'd be nice to have a little something on my legs. So, all right, guys, well, didn't do a whole lot of this motovlog, just kind of a couple of short rides. So if you guys got any comments, feel free to comment, and if you like my video, give me a like and subscribe. This is Tattooed Alex signing off. Thanks for watching.